Hello there and welcome. My name is Ben Walker and I'm working with Promise Yourself to talk to you about all the things that we're just not taught about when we're young. So this can be things from mortgages to buying a house to renting, taxes, debts and all that kind of scary stuff. So it's the stuff that we really do need to know, but we just aren't taught. And today I'm talking about passive incomes. Now, passive incomes can be a really good way for you to increase the amount of money you're earning month on month. Because of course, everyone needs that little bit of extra money, unless of course you're already raking in the millions. Now, there's quite a few ways to generate passive income, so I'm just going to quickly run through the advantages, then the disadvantages, and then a few of the different ways you can do it. I'm not going to give you my recommendation on what you should do because obviously it's a completely personal thing. I can't tell you what to do, so just make sure you do your research and you know what's going on. So going into the advantages now, first of all, obviously, if you have a job and you have a passive income at the same amount of time, you're getting more money. Now, money, as we all know, helps. It's good. We like money. So just make sure that if you are going to start with a passive income and you're going to work at the same time, you have time for both. You don't want to be, doing half a job on both of them because that's just not as efficient. There are different forms of passive income, so you will be able to structure it around the time you already have, and getting that extra money is all important. Now, the next one, of course, is having a little bit more free time. With anything, it's going to take up some time. It just will. But if you're working a 9-to-5 job and you have a passive income on the side, your passive income might start to take up a little bit less of your time, generate a little bit of money so you can work less as well, which in the end could lead to you having more free time to do what you really want. You could spend time with your family, you could take up a new hobby, or just explore what you're really passionate about, or just go traveling. Who knows? Depends on what kind of passive income you're going for. Also, financial stability. Now, of course, extra money always means you're going to be a little bit more stable, but if you have financial stability, that essentially means that you'll be working a job. If you lose that job, you'll be okay because you'll have that passive income to fall back on. It's not too much of a panic because you'll still have some form of money coming in every month that could maybe go towards paying for bills and whatnot. So you will at least would maybe be stable. Also, we're going to talk about the independence. Now, basically all of these just merge together to be one big advantage, of course. But financial independence is doing what you want when you want to do it. So you won't be waking up at 7 in the morning to get into work and leaving at 7 at night. You'll be able to make your own schedule because some different forms of passive income, you can literally make your schedule, do what you want to do when you want to do it to make sure that you have enough money to survive. It's all based around what you want. Even, I guess, if you were to own a business, as long as you're not having an active role in it, that could be seen as a form of passive income. So there are many different forms it can take. It's all about making sure that you know what you want. Now, a final advantage is the tax benefits. Now, this is a little bit more subjective. There's no guarantee that there will be tax benefits with a certain setup or another. But essentially what I'm talking about here is the difference between personal taxes and income taxes and then corporation tax. If you're going to set up a business as a limited liability company, then you could end up being better off through the tax systems through a limited liability or through a personal. You'd have to work that out with a financial specialist or an advisor, someone who really knows what they're talking about based on your scenario. There is no absolute golden right answer there. It's all about working out what works best for you. So now we're going to move on to the disadvantages. Now, there's not a huge amount of them, but they are quite big ones. So first of all, a passive income isn't always passive. Basically, every single type of passive income requires some level of maintenance or management just to make sure that it's still going to make you money. For example, if you're going to rent out a house, you are a landlord. Landlords have a lot of responsibilities. So they're not entirely passive. Next, we're going to talk about how you need a wide variety of passive incomes to be stable. If you just have the one passive income and then that all of a sudden goes down, for example, again, If you're a landlord and all of a sudden you don't have any tenants, that's going to be all of your income gone, okay? So if you are going to rely on passive income, you need to have a wide base set up. Try and get a few different revenue streams coming in, so that way you won't be reliant on any single one income. Now finally, they can require quite a lot of startup cash. Now, getting that startup cash isn't always easy, but if you are doing something that you feel very passionate about, you feel like it's a really, really good opportunity, put together a business plan, show how it's a good idea, and that way you'll be able to present it to people, banks, lenders, and say, this is what I want, this is how I'm going to get it, this is why it's a good idea, give me some money. Of course, there's a few more steps to it than that, and a few more checks and stuff like that, but essentially, if you are passionate about an idea, it doesn't hurt to put together a plan and at least ask the question. Now, when you're thinking about starting up a passive income stream, of course, there's so many options. So like I said, you could become a landlord and renting, you could start doing Airbnbs, which of course can be very, very lucrative, but they're a bit more work than just standard renting. So it depends what you want to do really. If you just don't want to get into property at all, or if it's too expensive for you, even opening a high yield saving ISA or a savings account, that can be a form of passive income as well, because your money is sat there earning you money while you are doing nothing. So there's so many different types out there that you could try and get into. There is no one golden answer. Even if you're just sitting on something and then selling it for a little bit more, and if it doesn't take too much effort, that could be seen as passive income. So if you're buying in something cheap, selling it for something more expensive, that's more dealing rather than a passive income. It's completely up to you guys. Of course, we all see these videos going around of people who buy vending machines and then put them in strategic places to get as much money as they can, or buying old and abandoned buildings, then renting it out as storage space, buying a car park and then renting that out as someone to park their car in a city. That's all passive income. It's all a way to make use of a little bit more money without having to put in too much effort. But like I said, there is no one golden answer. So the best way to decide what you want to do is find something you're either interested in or you have access to, and see if you can make money from it. It's all about using what's around you to try and get that little bit of cash. Now, hopefully you've learned something. My name's been Ben Walker, and I'll see you again next time.